In this lesson, we're going to discuss types of reasoning. We've got inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning is a type of reasoning and logic that you need evidence to support your claim. Deductive reasoning is like a detective where you collect all these facts and you use those facts you've collected to form your opinion. So inductive, you use evidence for your conclusion, and deductive is like a detective. You look for facts and then form an opinion. So let's try some inductive reasoning. So let's think about the pattern here and develop our next point. So looking at this problem, there are 3 sides on this shape. Our next shape has 4 sides. The next shape has 5. So based on a pattern, I know that my shape should be increasing in number of sides. So my number of sides here is 3, 4, 5. So that would kind of give us a pattern to know our next section, our next piece of our pattern should have 6 sides. So we looked at this pattern, we looked at the facts to determine our next pattern piece. All right, let's use the map of New England to kind of discuss these answers in terms of true and false. If you are in Massachusetts, then you are in New England. Now, New England, hopefully we all know, is not a state. New England is this general area of our country. So this whole section, all those states, are all part of New England. So if you are in Massachusetts, then you are in New England. Massachusetts is located right here. It is inside of New England. So that is a true statement. I have facts, I've collected facts to prove that, okay, Massachusetts is a part of New England. If you are in New England, then you are in Massachusetts. That is a false statement because I could be over here in Maine and I would still be a part of New England. So just because I'm in New England doesn't mean I'm in Massachusetts. If you are in Hartford, then you are in Connecticut. Hartford is located here in Connecticut. There's no other Hartford in New England. That is a true statement. If you are in Connecticut, then you are in Hartford. That, however, is false. I could be in this part of Connecticut. I am still in Connecticut, but I am not in Hartford. So that is false. So notice how we're using logical thinking and evidence to support our claims. In deductive reasoning, what we're going to do is collect facts and then determine whether or not these statements are true, false, or can't be determined. In deductive reasoning, you are looking for facts to support your claim. If you don't have facts, then you cannot make the claim. So let's go ahead and go through. Fact 1, all musical instrument players are in the school band. Fact 2, all of the trumpet players are sophomores. Fact 3, none of the flute players are sophomores. Fact 4, Jake plays the tuba. Fact 5, Lisa plays the trumpet, and fact 6 is Kayla is a sophomore. So let's kind of use our facts like a detective and form conclusions. Lisa is a sophomore. This information, we have to kind of look at the facts we have. The only thing we know about Lisa is that she plays the trumpet. The trumpet is your key here. If I'm looking over here, it says all trumpet players are sophomores. Well, if Lisa plays the trumpet, all trumpet players are sophomores. Is Lisa a sophomore? Yes, that is true. I have facts, I'm collecting those facts, and I'm forming a conclusion. Jake is a sophomore. The only thing we know about Jake is that he plays the tuba. Other than that, we have no other information about sophomores. Although it says that all trumpet players are sophomores, that doesn't mean every single sophomore has to play the trumpet. It just means all of the trumpet players are sophomores. So this information about Jake, we want to be tempted to put the word false because, well, okay, if he's a sophomore, he doesn't play the trumpet. But we don't have enough information about the tuba to determine whether or not he's a sophomore. So that cannot be determined. And lastly, Kayla plays the flute. Kayla is a sophomore, but none of the flute players are sophomores. So that must mean that Kayla does not play the flute. Because if she played the flute, then she wouldn't be a sophomore. And it says that she is, so it's contradicting itself. So just remember, the difference between the types of reasoning. Inductive reasoning is where you have evidentiary support to support your claim. You're backing your statement up with facts. Deductive reasoning is where you're kind of like a detective collecting facts and using those facts to form opinions.